What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Philly the Fourth. I'm here with you calling the very end of the Bulls game. There's 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go in this ball game. Tied up, 111 all. I'll be here with you to call the last 4 minutes and 40 seconds, as well as do the live post game. So this will be just the post game show, but with the extra addition of 4 minutes and 40 seconds of the live call. So Collin Sexton just goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line to go up by 1. 112-111 has been a competitive ball game. Overall, the Bulls probably should lose this game for the tank. I'll tell you this. If the Bulls win, people will not be happy. With that being said, it's tough. They've got their guys in. So this is where it gets weird for me, my friends, because for the tank, for draft position, I don't want to say for the tank because I'm not really a tanking fan, but I understand that having a good draft position is of vital importance right now, right? You're facing the Grizzlies, who you are actually pretty mixed up with in the win-loss column. So you can go either way. But here's my question to you guys. Is it when you've got Josh Giddey and Matas Buzelis playing, Trey Jones is playing, these guys are in. Do you really want to lose to the Grizzlies, or does that look bad on their, you know what I'm saying? It's a catch-22. The Bulls should lose for hopes of the draft. But that being said, I also don't want to see Josh Giddey and Matas Buzelis unable to close out the Grizzlies with 4 minutes to go in the game. That's where it gets a little murky. Grizzlies are up by 1 now after going 2 of 2 from the free throw line. So we've got 4 minutes and 20 seconds to blaze it in the fourth quarter. 1 point Grizzlies lead. Giddey takes the ball and gives it to Buzelis. Buzelis pump fakes, drives the lane. Oh, he loses the ball. Stolen by the Grizzlies. They drive back the other way, runner, and they miss. Bad shot. Wow. That's an ugly take on a one-on-one on fast break. Buzelis has the ball, gives it back up to Giddey. Giddey drives, kicks it out to Leonard Miller. Over to Collin Sexton. Sexton hesitates, drives, shoots. Oh, almost gets the and one. Close. He will go to the line for 2 free throws. What's up, my brother Neil? Yes, man, this is going to go either way. And you know me, I'll be able to find the positive either way. Unfortunately, I don't know if my friends in Bulls Nation are going to feel the same way. But I have made it. I'm trying to. I don't want to tell anyone that they're wrong for fanning how they want to fan. I just get upset when people are mad about wins because that goes against everything that I believe in with competition, right? I want the Bulls to get better too, but I want it to happen naturally. I don't want to force losses. If we lose, at least there's an added benefit of not caring about that right now. But I don't want to force a loss. I think that goes against something within me. So if the Bulls win because they play a good ball game, I can't be mad about that. Back on the other end, Collin goes 2 of 2 with the Bulls have a 1 point lead now. Grizzlies step back 3, misses. Rebound to Giddey, gets it to Buzelis. Buzelis drives. He takes it up, airballs it. No love from the referees there, of course. You can never get love from the referees. Great defense by Josh Giddey and Leonard Miller to get to steal. What's going on now? Timeout? Timeout, Billy Donovan. Great job. The Grizzlies drove the lane. Josh Giddey got one hand on the ball. Leonard Miller hustling back. Got finished off the steal. Great hustle by the Bulls. They've got the ball. Timeout, Bulls. 3:17 to go in the fourth quarter. Bulls up by 114 to 113. Ain't that the truth, my man, Neil? For anyone who doesn't know, Neil is my partner on the Six Banner podcast, as well as one of my co-hosts on Bulls Without Borders. Bulls Without Borders was especially hot this week. And it's actually, I'm here on the Chicago Bulls Breeze, which everybody knows is part of Pat the Designers Network. Well, we were honored on Bulls Without Borders to welcome Pat the Designer on our show for the first time ever. We had a loaded show yesterday. It was Pat, myself, Neil from the Six Banner podcast, my partner there, Troy, and he's out of Ireland. We had Troy from the Whole Lot of Bull podcast, and he's out of Australia. Then we had Guilty, writer for Bulls on Tap, runner of the Bulls HQ Discord server, and also co-host of the new Hot Show Bulls Roundtable with Mike Walton. Then we also had Hayes from Chicago Bull Central, and we had Jamal, who popped in at the end of the episode, who is the host of Bull Central. So, wow, I mean, honestly, I think between the entire group, there was over 200K subscribers. An incredible group of gentlemen that I got to talk ball with yesterday on Bulls Without Borders. We go live every Friday, so I recommend it. All right, we're back. Trey Jones has the ball. He dribbles, drives to the right. He gives the ball to Giddey in the top corner. Giddey swings it over to Buzelis. Buzelis pulls a three, miss. I like how aggressive Matas is being. Oh, my God. The referee's call foul. Giddey and Trey Jones were doing a good job of not fouling there. That's bullshit. That's crazy, man. You could tell that they were trying to be careful. They kept pulling their hands back. That's garbage. Whatever. Grizzlies, they take the ball out. All right. Number 4 for the Grizzlies. I'm not sure. Oh, Buzelis almost gets the steal. Number 4 gets the ball back. He drives, shoots the layup. He misses. Wow. That was an easy shot that he missed. Buzelis has the ball. Step back. Oh, he was going to pull the three. He decided against it. Sexton pulls the three. Misses. Damn it. Oh, but the Grizzlies player, really weird rebound attempt. Instead of getting the rebound, he knocks it out. What an idiot. Dude, that guy looks like his name is Ball, B-A-L. I'm sorry, but it doesn't look like there's a lot of brain activity. Dude, there's a blank look on his face. Buzelis has the ball. He dribbles, drives, nice take, goes up with the left, no foul call. He looks tired. I like how aggressive he's being, but he needs to get better shots than that. I also wish the refs would help him out. If that was Luka or someone else, they would call that 100 times out of 100. 114, 113, 2 minutes to go. Grizzlies, okay, they pull the three from the top corner, and they make it. Big-time three from Ball. He just shut my ass up. Giddey comes back down to the other side of the court really fast, and he hits the bank shot on the drive. Great take by Josh Giddey. Hell of a take. 116 to 116. Giddey's got 14 points, 13 rebounds, and 9 assists. He is knocking on the door of yet another triple-double. Buzelis on defense. The Grizzlies throw it down to number 3, who I can't tell who that is. There's 23. He hit the shot, though. That was Cedric Coward. He's got 22. My God. He's killing the Bulls. Grizzlies up 118 to 116. Josh Giddey's got the ball. Minute 15 to go in the ball game. Crunch time, my friends. What's going to happen? Josh Giddey crosses over. Spin move into the middle of the lane, but he loses the ball. I feel like there should have been a call there, but there wasn't. And the Grizzlies get a layup. Well, that'll put the Bulls down by 4. Mashak with the layup. Should be a bad loss, my friends. And this is the Bulls. This is where the Bulls are infuriating a little bit. And this is why, no offense to anybody who's a fan of Billy D, but I really want him out of off the sidelines. You can say what you will about the talent on the Bulls. Here's what I know. I know that the Bulls were talented enough to go toe-to-toe with the Rockets and beat them the other night. Regardless of how you feel about the Rockets are a talented team. You've got Kevin Durant, Amen Thompson, Reed Shepard, Tari Eason, Sengun. They've got a lot of great ball players on that team. And the Bulls were able to go toe-to-toe with them, and Buzelis outdueled Durant at the end, and they won the game. Well, then how do you come down and you're losing by 4 to this Grizzlies team? I can understand the Philadelphia 76ers. They've got Embiid, and we don't have anybody that matches up with Embiid well. Like, that was always going to be an Embiid belt-to-ass game. But the Bulls match up just fine with this Grizzlies team. In fact, they're much better. There's no excuse for why the Bulls are losing by 4 to this team. There's just not. And I understand you got to look at the players a little bit, but to me, this is coaching. This is coaching. When you're that inconsistent with who who you're beating and who you're losing to. Again, if the Bulls would have just taken care of business against the bad teams in the league, they would have made the playoffs this year, objectively. All you have to do is look at the Bulls were on a great inbounds play. Trey Jones gets to the bucket. He's asking for the call, but he doesn't get one. It looks like it's been a pretty one-sided affair with the referees. Bulls are down by 2. 50 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Josh Giddey got his triple-double with that last pass. Ties John Havlicek for 18th all-time with his 31st triple-double. Offensive foul. And Collin Sexton is jacked up. Good shit. Man, I don't know how you can't love Collin Sexton. I know a lot of Bulls fans hate this guy because he's winning us games. His energy is infectious. Great job by I just said that the Bulls were getting a one-sided game, and that was a call in their favor. But that was an offensive foul. Great job by Sexton to sell it. All right, here we go. 40 seconds to go. The Bulls are down by 2. Trey Jones has the ball. He crosses over. He drives right to the rim, and he scores. What a move by Trey Jones. Assertive, strong, and quick. Tie ball game. The Bulls will get the last shot, too. 25 seconds to go. Grizzlies, they throw it down to Mashak. I think it's Mashak. They get it back to number 4. He lifts a 3, and he cashes it. Who is that? Clayton Jr. with the huge shot. Dude, is this guy? I can't tell. He's the whitest black guy I've ever seen in my life. Overall, who likes my post on? Who likes my stream on Facebook? Dale. Dale's the man. I know Dale can't hear me. For anyone who doesn't know, Dale's a big time Bulls fan. He's a semi-famous Bulls fan. I know him. He's a cousin of someone that I went to high school with, but he's actually deaf. But like he gets a lot of love from the Bulls. They do a lot of really nice stuff for him. It's regardless of your opinion on how they go about trying to win, the Bulls do a lot of things for the community. I'll say that because like how they treat Dale is really, really nice. It's really good. Dale is the man. All right. Bulls down by 3 now. 15 seconds to go. Josh Giddey will inbound. Do they go for the 3 or do they go for the 2? We'll see. No timeouts. I think they got to go for the 3. Trey Jones drives, gets it back out to Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey drives right to the rim and he dunks it. No defense. That's one way. This is going to be interesting. They got to foul quick. To get the foul, there's 6.5 seconds to go. That's quite a move because now the Bulls, look, no matter what happens here, they don't have a timeout. They're going to have 6.5 seconds to get the ball up the court to try and tie the game. I think you got to shoot the 3 there, man. That's on coaching again. I'm going to put that on coaching because you got to tell your players we don't have a timeout. It's probably gonna go too fast. Let's see here. I was told that my mic sounds a little funny. Sorry if I don't know if that's still the case. I just turned it up, but I definitely have my. At the line, the Grizzlies make the first free throw. Grizzlies make the first free throw. They make the second one. All right, 5 seconds to go. Josh Giddey gets fouled. Really? I hate that, dude. I know that that's a strategy and it's a valid one, but I hate it. It's boring. I feel like NBA teams should have a little bit more balls. Defend the play. You can't defend the other team from hitting a three with 4 seconds to go and they have to go full court, then you kind of suck. You don't really deserve to win anyway. Oh well, I'm not upset about it. The Bulls losing this game is probably good for them. I just wish that I hate that that's a strategy. Oh, we're down by 3, so they're only up by 3, so let's foul. I mean, that's right up there with Hack a Shack in terms of like the biggest pussy moves you could do as a basketball team. Well, I don't think we can play defense, so let's foul them. Yeah, there's nothing else I could do for the mic, Fias. I did everything. Like, there's nothing. I there's nothing more I could do. I mean, I can't get in here and clean it or anything. I don't know what's going on with it. Whatever's going on is just what's going on. I tried unplugging it. It is what it is at this point. Anyways, I was just the stuff that got cut out. I was saying that fouling like that is probably the biggest pussy move you could do as a basketball team. What just happened? We're jump balling? Oh, no. Never mind. The Grizzlies are inbounding. It looked like a jump ball formation at first. I was like, what? All right. 4 seconds left. The Bulls need to foul really quick. Oh, the Grizzlies turn it over. The Bulls are coming down. Give it up. They make the layup. Is that good? Did they run out of time? I think they ran out of time. The Bulls lost. Oh my God. I can't believe that. The pass. What are you doing, Trey Jones? Trey Jones blew it. Trey Jones blew it, dude. Trey Jones is an idiot. I just said nice things about you, Trey Jones. Trey, that is low IQ as hell. You have 4 seconds on the clock and you thought you could fucking pass the I'm sorry, excuse my language. You thought you could pass the ball? That's mind-boggling low IQ from Trey Jones. Mind-boggling. You actually had a chance to win the game, Trey Jones, and instead you curled up into a little ball and turned into a giant pussy. Like, how do you not take that shot, bro? How do you not take that shot? I'm trying to comprehend this. You gotta know your situational like basketball. You gotta know that. I don't care that the Bulls lost, but I do care that Trey Jones just turned in one of the most mind-numbingly dumb things. You get the steal. You got to think that you have 4 seconds. So by the time you got the steal, a second's already gone, bro. You got 3 seconds. and you think there's time to pass back more. If Trey Jones just goes up with the ball, win or lose, that shot would have counted. Moronic take by Trey Jones. He's got his hands on his head like this. Yeah, dude, you should feel stupid. You're a professional athlete. That was dumb. That was garbage. Stupid move by Trey Jones. I'm not giving him any credit for. I'm not giving him the benefit of the doubt. You've got to understand that when you started that play, you were on the other side of the court and there's 4 seconds to go. You get a steal, you go right to the rim and shoot it, dude. You don't have time to pass the damn ball. Have some brains. That's crazy. A conspiracy theorist would tell you that he was in on the tank. Wild. All right, man. I'm stunned. I'm frankly stunned by that finish. I'm just stunned because, like, I just can't believe that he thought he had time to pass the ball. It's wild, wildly stupid. I mean, by the time Collin Sexton got the ball up, and credit to Sexton, he did score. So if they had more time, it would have been good. But like, I think he was like a full half a second or second. It wasn't even close. Yeah, Dilly Bar is up there for sure. That was incredibly stupid and low IQ, man. I'm gonna have a hard time getting over that. For a basketball player that is normally good. Neil, dude. Trey Jones got the steal, got all the way to the cup, and decided that instead of shooting the ball with the limited time, like he got the steal on before half court with less, like there was 4 seconds when the ball was inbounded. So there's about 3 seconds by the time Trey Jones gets the ball. He runs all the way to the rim. If you just would have tried to take it immediately, there would have been enough time. Instead, he dished it back to Sexton, which took another second, and because of that, time expired. Like that is so absolutely ridiculously stupid. It's unbelievable. I mean, that is I'm stunned. What the hell? All right. Welcome to the post-game show. This is the Chicago Bulls Breeze. I am here. I'm going to talk about what we just witnessed, and I will go through the box score, and I will give I will give analysis after everybody's after I talk about everybody's stats. But first, as always, that's funny. Jolito, the reverse giddy Lakers. Maybe this will give us a lot of luck. Yes. All I want to say though is, please don't say that the Josh Giddey shot cost us the lottery, because that's such a brain dead take. You could take away any of the other wins that we had last year that were not as exciting. Why would anybody want to take away the best win of the year? It's a brain dead take. It drives me crazy. But I will say that, yeah, it was the reverse Giddy Lakers, because that was like the biggest blue balls of a finish ever. I will say that it is uncharacteristic for Jones, but like, here's the thing, man. That's the most important time of the game, is the end. I just don't understand. It's not like there was such tight defense on him that he played that like it was a normal fast break. It was just like he literally left his brain at half court when he got the steal. I'm stunned by it. I'm shocked. And maybe it is because it's uncharacteristic. Like if I had to pick any of the players on our team to do something like that. I wouldn't have picked him. I would not have picked him. But he did it, and it was dumb. You could tell the Bulls players were a little bit like their hearts dropped right out of their ass when they realized that they took too long on that. I can't believe that, dude. The Grizzlies gift wrapped a win for you, and instead you're walking home as a loser. I mean, again, this is probably better for our draft odds. We might, I don't know if we still have a chance to finish below the Grizzlies. Let me look. I know that for a while we were close. NBA standings. So the Bulls have a 39% winning percentage. The Grizzlies have a 33. Probably not going to catch them. 25 and 49. They've got like a 4-game lead on us. There's probably no chance that we're even with this W. There's no way. Did it? I think so. Yeah, we're behind the Bucks by half a game. That's true. That's very true. So in that regard, it's a good thing, right? If we end up getting drawn, like, I don't know, people like to do that dumb stuff with Josh Giddey in the Lakers game last year. If we get the pick this year, if we jump into the top 4, I want everyone to give Trey Jones the credit then this year for his boneheaded play that cost us a victory. If it gets us a good draft pick, then whatever. I'm not mad about it. But when we need to win games, Trey Jones, I can't have this kind of shit. Can't have it. Can't have it, period. End of story. Leave that shit in the garbage where it belongs. Passing the ball when you're on a fast break with less than 5 seconds to go is one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Like, I feel like any NBA player would have taken that up. I'm stunned by it. Just lack of presence, lack of thought. Crazy. Let's see. Thanks for the video. You can't ask for better lottery luck if we drafted guys who can't walk like Oldbridge. Who can't? I'm not sure if I understand the. I'm not sure if I understand the joke. What's wrong with Oldbridge? He's been doing really good in the G League. He's still really young, isn't he? He's only 22. I know he hasn't made a markup in the top, but we got him at the end of the second round, though, man. Like, we drafted him real late. The second rounders fall off after a certain point. The first, 10 picks in the second round are actually low-key first-round picks that just slip through the cracks. Sometimes. If you get a deep draft, the first 10 picks of the second round, I know that the first 10 picks of this year's second round actually had some players in it. I've said his name a lot. I love Ryan Kalkbrenner. He plays a lot for the Hornets. They're winning in part because of him. He's a great shot blocker. I wanted him on the Bulls. He lasted all the way into the second round. Hornets snagged him up, and he's been getting playing time with them, sometimes starting. But, I mean, Lachlan Oldbridge was drafted so late, man. He was never supposed to be really anything like that. I mean, not anytime soon, right? He's only 22. Why do you say he can't walk? Billy looked incredibly disappointed after the game. I think Billy might be on his way out. I mean, I'm not going to shed any tears for Billy Donovan leaving. I'm just not. I mean, I appreciate some of the stuff he's done here. He's developed some of the young guys. Yeah, I'm disappointed with the turnovers as well. We got to clean that up. Again, I'll reiterate. It makes no sense that we play a team like Houston and play them extremely hard and play them extremely well. And then we play a team like the Grizzlies and we let them beat us. It doesn't make sense. And that's been the problem with Billy Donovan's Bulls the entire time we've been Billy Donovan's Bulls. We have consistently lost to bottom tier teams, including this game. I believe the Bulls are now 6-17 against teams that are in the 10th seed or lower. Or I know it's a specific 7 teams. But we have done really badly against bottom tier competition. And if we just would have cleaned that up, if we just had a winning, if we were had a 70% winning record against bottom tier competition, the Bulls would be in the playoffs because they're actually beating good teams. That's why they're so crazy to me. It's easy to see what their ceiling is because when they play at their ceiling, they actually compete with anybody outside of the real top teams like the Thunder. But even talk about the Thunder. Yesterday we were beating them by 4, or we were within 4 late in the third quarter, and then we get the doors blown off of us. They were without some guys. Okay, so I'll give them that. But the Bulls, everyone likes to believe that we're so far away. I think we're just consistency away. We need more consistency. I think some of that will come with growth because this is a really young team, super young. So I think as some of these guys mature, they'll become more consistent as basketball players, and that should help out us. Matas needs to get in the weight room and get a little more. He looks like he's getting worn down a little bit here at the end of the season. He was not strong on some of his takes to end that game. Okay, yeah, let me go through the box score. I'm sorry, I'm getting away from myself. I'm getting on my rants ish. I don't really care what Billy likes. Billy needs to stop being Billy for a little bit and do something differently. Whatever he's doing clearly doesn't work. Maybe he wait till after the tournament's over in case they make an agreement. I get his ass out of here if you ask me, man. I'm ready for him to go. But yeah, the Bulls, if they just become more consistent, Matas needs to get a little stronger in the weight room, get a little more endurance. At the end of this Grizzlies game, I feel like I feel like I can see him by the end of games being worn down. And I know that this is he's had a lot on his plate this season. This is by far the biggest role that he's had on the Bulls, especially since the deadline. He's maybe not used to being the workhorse of the team. He's still getting used to that role. I think that all of the experience from this season is going to be invaluable for Matas going forward because he's clearly the guy and he's clearly been given that role and he's taking it on more and more as the season goes on, taking more shots, understanding that at the end of games, he's the guy that needs to close out the other team. And the rest will come because Matas wants to be great. He does. Matas wants to be the man. The problem is that it takes time. And I know that we're not patient, Bulls Nation. I know we're not, largely. But we're not that far away. Matas gets better. Giddey will get better. If we can get one more guy in here, if we can jump into the top 4, Bulls Nation, I'm telling you, this rebuild will all of a sudden look like it makes a lot more sense. Yes. Caleb Wilson, yes. Yeah, agreed, Samity. First full season as a starter. You could tell that he's getting used to the NBA, but the NBA is taking its toll on him. This offseason, I think, is going to be huge for Matas. He's going to enter this offseason knowing what it's like to be the man for a full season, and he wants to be great. I think that Matas is going to put in more work this offseason than anybody. I don't think anybody on the Bulls is going to outwork him. And I know Josh Giddey will be getting it in. If anything, they can match what Matas is doing. But Matas wants to be the man. That's the best part about Matas is his mental makeup matches the talent. That's why I see him being that guy. But that's why we need a guy like Caleb Wilson to really hanker down that defensive end. Sorry, the defensive end. Because if the Bulls can play better defense and discourage teams from driving so simply and easily against them, that will in turn improve their defense, that will improve their offense because their defense to offense will be much better. If they can get some of these rebounds and get out on the break more often, they would be even better. Instead, the other team makes the shot most of the time, and the Bulls have to take it out from the out of bounds. And, they're not the Bulls like trying to outscore someone every night is not a great strategy for winning basketball games because sometimes your shot is off. You can't. It's very like you have to have a really stacked team to be able to just go out there and outscore teams every night. And those teams never win championships. The offense only teams. Watch how far the Houston Rockets go this season. They're not going to go far. You know why? They don't play defense. They've got a couple of guys, but the Bulls have a couple of guys. It's different than playing team defense. Team defense is everything, and having a defensive anchor in the paint is everything. So, I mean, like the Nuggets are kind of like a decent, like Jokic is a very special player, though. He does so many things well on the offensive end. He wears like that you can't defensive anchor against him. And then they had Aaron Gordon during their run, MPJ, Jamal Murray. They had a very stacked team. Most of these teams that win, they play great team defense. They don't all have to have lockdown defenders, but again, you see what the Thunder did to win their championship last year. They go out, they trade away a better player. They take a loss in terms of player value because Josh Giddey is better than Alex Caruso. But what the Thunder needed wasn't what Josh Giddey was offering. The one thing he was missing was lockdown defense, and that's what they needed. They go out, they get their lockdown defender. They're able to sacrifice what Giddey was giving them because they were getting it from Shai and Jalen Williams. Boom, now they got a championship team. And that's how you make a championship team. You recognize your weaknesses, you attack them, and you become a balanced basketball team. Trying to rely too much on one end or the other, it's never going to work. Balance, baby. Balance. All right, let me go through now I'm done ranting. Let me go through these stats. Oh, it's not I'm an idiot. All right, here we go. All right. So, starting at the top, I'm just going to go and talk about all the stats that I see throughout the team. So, Isaac Okoro, 30 minutes, 7 points, 3 of 7 from the field, 0 of 3 from downtown, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, and 3 blocks, a -6 on the floor. I'm so tired of watching Isaac Okoro play basketball for the Bulls. I know maybe on a winning team he would have more value. First of all, though, it would be off the bench. Isaac Okoro should not be starting. He's too one-sided. His offensive game is so poor. It's not good, man. Whenever he is in the game offensively, I cringe. He's got 30 minutes tonight, and he didn't really make an impact. I don't know, man. I'm not a big Isaac Okoro guy. I just don't see it. Like I don't think he adds enough to be a starter. I might feel differently about him if he was a backup, but that's not what he's been. He's been a starter. So it's been poor. Matas Buzelis, 39 minutes tonight, big time minutes, and that's why he was worn down at the end. But he had 29 points, 10 to 21 from the field, 3 of 10 from downtown, 6 of 7 from the line. Like to see that number improve. I don't understand what the referees have against Matas Buzelis. I feel like he needs to learn how to flop better or something. They consistently seem to have something against him when he drives the lane. He needs to figure out how to flail his arms differently or something. But great. I mean, he had 29 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 3 blocks. He had 4 turnovers as well, whatever. But he was a plus 14. A plus 14. That led the team. This tonight was a true indicator of what Matas is to this team. His stat line is incredible. 29 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 blocks, and 1 steal. That's a player that's leaving everything on the court for you. That's a player that's doing damn near everything they can, blood, sweat, and tears, giving you their all. Matas Buzelis is legit. And as this year has gone on, he's continued to show you more and more that he can be that superstar that the Bulls have been waiting for. Now, the Bulls should not settle just because he's showing us something. That doesn't mean the Bulls should settle. They got to go get a third guy. I firmly believe that you got to have 3 guys in order to have a legit championship team. And I believe Giddey and Matas are the 2. But we need a third guy, like a legit guy. And I'd like it to be a defensive specialist. That's why Caleb Wilson, he'd be perfect. Perfect. You get Caleb Wilson in here, and I believe that the Bulls can be championship contenders within 5 seasons if they make the right moves around them. It's big ifs, but that's because I believe that Matas can be a legitimate alpha on the offensive end. He could be a legitimate alpha or beta on the defensive end too, because he blocks shots like none other. But you need another guy. Someone who's ideally he's a pretty good defender though. For those who don't know, in isolation, Matas Buzelis the opponents he's guarding, he averages the least amount of points scored on him in isolation than anyone else in the NBA. So Matas plays D. You just need another guy like that. You need another Matas. That's why, dude, if you can get AJ DeBansa, Caleb Wilson is my second guy that I would want. AJ DeBansa's first. Only because the combo of AJ DeBansa and Matas Buzelis would have opponents crying themselves to sleep the night before. How are we going to take care of this offensive dynamite that we're about to run into, especially when you got Josh Giddey throwing them the ball for assists like that? But Matas's numbers tonight, if the Bulls were a top quality team, a number 1, number 2, number 3 seed, his stats tonight talk MVP to you. And I said this on Twitter a few weeks ago, and I was told it was an insane take. I believe one day that Matas Buzelis can be the MVP. I really do. But I think he needs a different head coach. He needs a better team around him. But I believe Matas has all the talent in the world. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. Just don't be mean about it. But I believe he's got everything it takes. I'll gladly walk it back if I'm wrong, but Leonard Miller had 16 minutes tonight. Why? Billy Donovan, what in the hell is wrong with you? What in the hell is wrong with you? Why in... I'm not going to lose my mind. Stupid, dumb, idiotic, moronic, ridiculous, bamboozling. Why is Leonard Miller only getting 16 minutes? Meanwhile, Patrick Williams is running around there getting 23 minutes. Why? I mean, Miller only had 1 foul. Did Miller piss in Billy Donovan's Cheerios this morning? I mean, give me a break, dude. Miller in 16 minutes had 5 points, 1 of 2 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 3 of 4 from the line, 4 rebounds, 1 steal, and hopefully 2 middle fingers to Billy Donovan in the locker room afterwards. Because why? Why? He started him and then played him 16 minutes. Why? I have nothing more to say. It's ridiculous. Leonard Miller should have more minutes than anyone on this team not named Josh Giddey and Matas Buzelis. That's where he's at in the hierarchy. That's the promise that he's shown. We don't have a lot of long-term talent here. Leonard Miller's one of them. There's no reason he's not getting 30 minutes a night. Insane. Get Billy Donovan out of here, man. There's no way that should happen. Trey Jones, 29 minutes, 19 points, 8 of 15 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3, 2 of 4 from the free throw, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 4 turnovers, and a boneheaded ass play at the end that cost the Bulls the game. All of that good stuff, and it's good. It's great. 19 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. It's phenomenal. Doesn't matter if you blow the game at the end. You should have 21 points with a game winner next to it. Come on, Trey. You're better than that. I know you're better than that. Josh Giddey, 35 minutes, 18 points, 6 of 11 from the field, 1 of 3 from three-point land, 5 of 5 from the free throw line, 13 rebounds, 10 assists, 5 turnovers, 2 steals, 3 blocks. Again, Josh Giddey fills it up. I mean, not only does he drop a triple-double, 2 steals and 3 blocks as well. Here's an example of when plus-minus doesn't match up. He's out there throwing in that performance. He's a minus 15. Don't buy into that. Like, Josh Giddey's performance tonight was one of the reasons that the Bulls were in the game. Yes, the 5 turnovers is not good, but he has been limiting his turnovers a little more recently. And to be honest with you, like, if the 5 turnovers has to come from a guy who's given me 19, 13, 10, 2, and 3, it's not ideal, but I'll take it. Josh Giddey is out there carrying the Bulls at times, and I'm very thankful for him. He's going to be an all-star. He's going to be. He's a stud, man. He's one of the best pure point guards in the NBA already. As far as point guards that look to play make before they look to score. Because a lot of the point guards in today's league look to score first. Josh Giddey looks to set up his teammates first. That's what makes him special in my eyes. That and the fact that he's 6'8". He's the Australian Magic Johnson, man. He just doesn't have the winning in the championships yet for people to recognize him as that. But he dropped his 31st triple-double tonight. Already 18th all-time, I believe. Tied with John Havlicek. Incredible. Just incredible, man. This kid is still so young. He's got so much basketball in front of him. He's only 24. We should hope that this man is in a Bulls uniform for a long time because he has the potential to really be the greatest point guard from a playmaking perspective in Bulls history. I say that just because, I mean, honestly, look, Derrick Rose, we all love D Rose. We love him. He had the MVP season, but his run was very short-lived. If Giddey's here for 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, and he's doing this the whole time, he'll have a case for best Bulls point guard ever, man. He really will. His averages and his stats are out of this world. And I'm not always the biggest stat guy, but Josh Giddey, the Bulls are like, they win like 75% of the time that Josh Giddey drops a triple-double or something like that. So his stats are meaningful. And he leaves his heart out on the court. You could tell if you just watch him play. He plays like a dog. So the end of the season is discouraging. Losing to the Grizzlies is discouraging. But Josh Giddey and Matas Buzelis continue to give you hope for the future. And that's a great thing. And that's what I hang my hat on. Or rather, my headband on. I'll quickly fire through the bench. Patrick Williams, 23 minutes, 4 points, 2 of 5 from the field, 0 of 3 from downtown, 3 rebounds, 1 block, and he just absolutely sucks. I mean, he scored less than Leonard Miller with 7 more minutes and got less rebounds. With 7 less minutes. He's garbage. Hot ass garbage. Billy Donovan loves this dude for some reason, and I'll never understand why. I'll never understand it. Lachlan Olbrich actually got played tonight. I guess it's because Yabusele and Richards were hurt. Olbrich got 22 minutes. He scored 8 points. He went 2 of 2 from the field, 4 of 8 from free throw, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block. He had 1 turnover. He was a -4 on the court. Honestly, like, that's not that offensive. 8 points and 7 rebounds is kind of what I hope that Nick Richards and Yabusele had every night. It's not bad at all. Like, again, like when you're down bigs like this, why are you not playing Leonard Miller? Leonard Miller is a legitimate 6'10" with a 7'2" wingspan. Like, he's much more valid to play power forward or even center. Why not? Don't Leonard Miller in at center, man. That 7'2" wingspan will help him deal decently with that. I mean, I know that you're going to be mismatched anyway. I'm pretty sure that he's the same height as Lachlan Olbrich. So what's the dealio, man? Olbrich might be a little thicker. That's true. But I don't know, Meg. I don't know. Whatever. Collin Sexton, the one bright spot off the bench every night. 30 minutes, 26 points, 6 of 14 from the field, 3 of 6 from the three, 11 of 13 from the free throw line. The one Bull that seems to be able to get to the free throw line at ease. 1 rebound, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 turnovers, a +4 on the court. I know everybody hates this guy. I'm sorry, I just can't. I think that he does exactly what Kobe White. He's been, over the last 10 games, he's been better than Kobe White. I think over the last 15 games, he's been better than Kobe White was this year. Period. End of story. This romanticizing that a lot of Bulls fans have about Kobe, like, you guys also seem to be conveniently forgetting about all the times that he was super inconsistent or he didn't come through when we needed him to the most. Like, I think about the 2 play-in games the last 2 years when he came up with the worst, potentially his worst games of the season, when we needed him to play his best. Kobe White was a scoring guard, and that's all he did. And this season, he only averaged 18 points a game. Meanwhile, Collin Sexton has been a better version of him since we acquired him, in my opinion. I mean, I think the first few games from Sexton were a little bit quieter as he integrated himself. But I think if you take like the first 5 games out of Sexton's like Bulls career, he's averaging over 20 points a game. I would almost bet it. Like, if you can get him back at a team-friendly price, why not bring back Collin Sexton? He's only 27. People act like he's like a million years old. He's 27. If you can get him back, let's say you can get him back at $20 million a year. That's $5 million less than Giddey. It's lower than you were going to get Io or Kobe back for. I'm still going after Io because I'd like Io to be the starting 2 and Collin to be the 6th man. I think that fits well because I think you just replaced Kobe for cheaper than you were going to get Kobe, and you might certainly outplay him. I mean, Sexton has a 24 point per game season under his belt. Kobe's never averaged more than, 20? He was averaging less this year. He was regressing. So I don't know, man. I miss Io. I don't miss Kobe. We've been getting Kobe in Sexton. Then you got Rob Dillingham, 15 minutes, 8 points, 3 of 5 from the field, 2 of 3 from downtown, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 turnovers, -5. When you have only 15 minutes and you turn the ball over 5 times, that's insane. Giddey had 5 turnovers. He also played 35 minutes. He played 20 more minutes than Dillingham. And no offense to Dilly Bar, but Giddey, Giddey is much more of the engine. Dillingham is just out there playing point guard, but he's not the engine like Josh Giddey. Like Josh Giddey, like the Bulls offense hinges on him when he's out there. I don't say the same for Dillingham. I just don't see the future for Dillingham. I gotta be honest. Like, I don't love what his game is. Like, he only had 2 assists tonight when I think that his passing is probably his greatest strength. Is that he's quick. He can get to spots quick and then set up an easy assist. But he doesn't do that a lot of time. He's too busy thinking about how he can get his own shot. His shot form is whack. I'm just not with it, man. Like, the Bulls have potentially 3 top 35 picks. I've seen that Braden Smith from Purdue might last till the second round. If he's there at, like, when you pick with the New Orleans second rounder, and we've already got 2 big men with our first 2 picks, granted we got the Trailblazers pick, right? I wouldn't mind taking a flyer on Braden Smith. Braden Smith, all-time NCAA assist leader, high IQ, can run an offense. He can maybe be Josh Giddey light. Maybe he's the guy that takes over for Trey Jones when Trey Jones' contract runs out. I like the potential of him a lot more than a Rob Dillingham. Just saying. Rob Dillingham is a shooting guard who's 5 inches shorter than a shooting guard should be. That's just my opinion. You could definitely disagree. I'm going to go through the comments here. Saw Billy's face, Josh's face, maybe even Trey's. You could say that these guys are done for the season, as you said, worn out. Yep. Bulls got rid of all their great players like Jimmy Butler and Kobe White. Now they're illuminated from the playoffs because they're eliminated, you meant. Because they're depending on goofballs like Giddey and Buzelis to lead. Wow. This is an all-time bad comment. No offense, Raymond Brown. But you don't know what you're talking about, brother. You just don't know what you're talking about. I'll give you that Jimmy Butler, like we probably should have kept Jimmy Buckets. I'll give you that. But putting Kobe White in the same sentence as Jimmy Butler is laughable. That's hilarious. Kobe White's a dime a dozen, man. People fall in love with players in Chicago, and I love that we do that. I love the passion that we have for our athletes. I really do. And I don't discourage it. But I don't like when people pump guys up to be something they weren't. We still do that. There's still Bulls fans that do that with Caruso. You know, you would have thought that we traded away an all-star. Alex Caruso was a winning basketball player, and I loved watching him play for the Bulls. But if you don't think that the Bulls made the right move getting Giddey for him, then you are respectfully on crack. Like Josh Giddey is over here averaging a 20-point triple-double, and there's people that would give him back for Caruso. I mean, it's crazy. Sometimes you gotta check your fandom with reality. And these people, anyone that likes to pretend that Kobe White was the difference between the Bulls being great or the Bulls being crap are living in a fantasy land. Josh Giddey is so much more like meaningful to wins and losses because he does way more than just score the ball. There's so many people in the NBA that could score the ball. Scoring is at an all-time high in the NBA. It is so easy to find guards that could score. It's so easy to do it that Cam Thomas has been cut twice this season. And he's a scoring guard. Cam Thomas, last season, balled out for the Nets. Last season, he averaged 24 points a game for the Nets in 25 games played. 24 points a game. And guess what? He's been cut twice this season. That's how much. And he averaged more last season for the Nets than Kobe White ever has. Ever. That's how much a scoring guard is worth in today's league. They're a dime a dozen, man. You could find guys that could score. You know what you can't find? Guys that can defend, guys that can make that are elite playmakers, guys that give effort on both sides of the ball, guys that know how to win when it matters. You say you're depending on goofballs like Giddey and Buzelis. Giddey and Buzelis are so much more like they're worth so much more than Kobe White. It's not even funny. So I respectfully, I hope that you're just trying to rage bait. If this is your real opinion, you need to educate yourself, young man. I hope that you're young and not older, because that'd be embarrassing for you. Caleb Wilson would be the perfect complement to Matas. 100%. We should all be going to bed at night praying that the Bulls get Caleb Wilson or AJ DeBanza, because that will change everything. Don't get me wrong. Getting Cam Boozer or Darren Peterson would also be huge, potentially game-changing. But the thing with Cam Boozer, one, is he going to be able to play bully ball in the NBA like he does in college, right? And two, he doesn't offer you anything defensively, right? He's all offense. He's not going to play terrible defensively, but he's very much like his father. He's going to give you a lot on the offensive end and very little on the defensive end. Caleb Wilson is a much better defender. Much better. I think he's a much better fit next to Josh Giddey and Matas Buzelis. So while Cam Boozer might always average more points a game than Caleb Wilson, again, that's where you got to be smart about how you evaluate your basketball players and how they fit alongside your team, because points per game is not always the most important thing that you need to be looking at with players. Right now, the Bulls need to get much better defensively. They could score. Scoring ain't the problem. They scored 124 points tonight. That should be enough to win. The problem is that they can't get stops. Bulls won. I don't care what the people say. I love this. If I was there in their home state, they would have won. If it was in their home state, they would have won. Possibly. Also, evening, everyone. Hope everyone is good. Hell yeah. Only 8 more games to get through. Nearly there, everyone. Next season will be different to this one. Keep the faith. I love it, Neil. You're the man. Yep. Even if they don't get lucky in the lotto, I'd still throw the bag of Kessler. Oh my God, yes. If you can get Walker Kessler, that's another game changer. Then I can't remember, I think the draft comes before free agency, right? The draft comes first. Okay. So my thing is, I almost wish free agency happened first, because if you got Kessler, then I'm switching targets to. If you got Kessler, then I want Cam Boozer, or I want. And you know what? I'd still want Caleb Wilson. Imagine putting Kessler next to Caleb Wilson and Matas. Good luck. I mean, it's a block party for real at that point. You get Caleb Wilson, you get Walker Kessler. You are living on a prayer, dude. Like you are rolling. That's also why, like I said, that if we get Portland's pick, I really want Jaden Quintance, this Kentucky center. He's 6'10", but he's got a 7'5" wingspan. And before he tore his ACL 2 seasons ago, he was the best defensive player in the nation. At full health, he's still the best defensive player in the nation at the amateur level, in my opinion. The dude was averaging 2.6 blocks per game and a steal a game. He's a defensive menace. If you could put him at center next to Caleb Wilson and Josh and Matas Buzelis, that is an insane shot blocking lineup. If you get Kessler, then you don't even have to bring Quintance along. You can bring him along slowly as he continues to recover from his ACL, because he still struggled this season. He wasn't fully healthy. Kessler would be amazing. I'm throwing the bag at him too. In my opinion, he is the Bulls player. That to me, that's a great example of an IQ question. I feel like people that don't fully understand what the Bulls need, or people that are too in love with the big names, they'll tell you that Jalen Duren is the player to go get. Jalen Duren's not going anywhere because Detroit's going to match any offer that is given to him. They'll probably lock him down before we even are able to offer him anything. But even if we could get either one of them, let's say they were both unrestricted, Kessler's the better fit for the Bulls. Yes, Duren's going to score more, but Kessler's blocking 2.5 shots a game at the pro level. He's a human eraser. He's probably a top 5 rim protector in the NBA. You can't replace that. He's a guy with that kind of shot blocking potential changes games. People are not going to drive the hole. It's on the scouting report. If you get near Walker Kessler, he will beat that shot right back into your face. So that guy would be a game changer for the Bulls. Would be huge. Huge. He is number 1 on my free agency list by far. Enter Tim Grover, personal trainer. I know you love that, Dad. Okoro equals Keith Bogans. I 100% vibe with that. I think that's a great comparison. I was big on benching him. Bring a fresh player up second half. I'm not sure where you were commenting in relation to that. That 2 point difference. If you don't do good by mid time with those turns, I'm benching someone. Period. I'm not sure what. That's my bad. Donovan Girlmath. You're dreaming with Buzelis and Giddy as star players. Oh my god. If Buzelis and Giddy are so great, why aren't the Bulls in the playoffs? Well, let me tell you, it's something called being in a team sport. Um, maybe you know this, maybe you don't, because you sound like you might be three. But it takes more than two players to be good on a basketball team. Also, these are both young players. One's 24, one's 21. And Matas is learning how to become a star in the NBA. He's literally a baby. I hate this take so much. If Giddy and Buzelis were good, then the Bulls would be in the playoffs. That's crazy because legitimately, first of all, before Giddy got hurt, the Bulls did have a winning record. Then he got hurt and the wheels fell off because the Bulls needed him. Also, Buzelis was coming into the season for the first time as a starter all year and had to learn how to be a star. He's been getting better all season. He's getting more and more consistent with his high scoring games. And even if you can have two all stars on a team and still have a bad team, the people astound me with their crazy takes. Like, I don't like like the Grizzlies were bad this year. They had star players. They had Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr. Like, it takes a total team. It does not. You don't win just on two players. Like, the super team era really ruined a lot of basketball fans that were growing up. A lot of fans are under the impression that if you just have star players, you win games. And it's not how that works. You win basketball games because you have a rounded out balanced roster that can make plays in certain moments because you've built a team to be able to withstand any moment. This is Your comments are next level dumb, my friend. No offense. Jordan's first season, the Bulls made the playoffs. Oh my god. Different era, dude. You're talking about the GOAT, by the way. Now the standard is the GOAT. Give me a break. Oh my god. What's your prediction of Monday's game against the Spurs? Not good. I predict we lose. The Spurs are low key a very big. Like, I like them to win the finals. If I'm being honest with you, I really like them to win the finals. I would not be surprised in the even in the littlest bit if the Spurs won the NBA finals. Raymond Brown is rage baiting, right? I think he might be rage baiting, or he might literally think the way that he does. But, like, what are you gonna do, man? One thing I've learned in this game is that there's a lot of casual fans that don't know the game, but like to speak on the game as if they do. And so the best thing I could do is just tell the truth, tell them how I feel, because I know that I know the game. And if either you listen to me or you don't, you can lead a horse to water. You can't make it drink. There's certain things that we could have differing opinions on, and one of us might be right or the truth might be in the middle. But when you say things like we traded away great players like Jimmy Butler, oh great, he's still here. Jimmy Butler and Kobe White. Give me a break, dude. Jimmy Butler is one thing. Kobe White's a whole other. It's wild. You spelled your wrong. There's an E on the end and an apostrophe. What about the Greek Freak or any center in the NBA draft? Need another point guard. Um, Why do you say the Greek Freak? The only Greek Freak I know is Giannis Antetokounmpo. What about him? I don't think he's getting traded. Our best chance if we were to ever try and get Giannis is free agency. Um, I don't think he's going to get traded from Milwaukee. Any semi in the NBA draft. Yes, I understand that, but Derrick Rose got drafted by a pretty good Chicago Bulls team. They had when they drafted Derrick Rose, they had Kirk Heinrich, Ben Gordon, John Salmons, Joakim Noah. There was players on the Bulls when the Bulls drafted Derrick Rose. Like they're rebuilding. They tore the team down. All right, Raymond Brown, we get it, dude. You don't know what you're talking about, but it's okay. Go you're still here. So um anyways, basketball is a team sport, man. The Bulls were never going to make the playoffs this season with just Giddey and Buzelis. If you can't see that Buzelis is going to be a star in the league, you're crazy. Like both of those players are much more valuable than Kobe White. The fact that you think Kobe White's more valuable than Josh Giddey and Matas Buzelis tells you all you need to know. Like you can ask anybody. That's insanity. You don't have to listen to me. Ask anybody else. No one's going to agree with you. Yeah, no, he's not gonna win with the Bucks, but the Bucks have to be willing to trade him here. That's the thing. I would like to get him, but our best chance is free agency because I don't think Milwaukee would trade him to Chicago. Why would they want to trade him to Chicago? Like that, he's gonna trade. Like they wouldn't trade him in division, if in my opinion. If Milwaukee were to trade him, I think they're gonna trade him to the West because they don't want to have to deal with him getting revenge 4 times a season. Now, if he hits free agency, we have a chance. I would love to have the Greek Freak in Chicago. But we'll see what happens. Um, our best chance, honestly, Bulls fans, is we gotta. Oh yeah, Giddey Buzelis, they're gonna be here for a long time. Raymond should buckle up because that's the foundation of the team moving forward. We're not going to be good this year because the management made sure we wouldn't be. We traded away a bunch of talent at the deadline. We purposefully tanked the rest of the season. So I don't know what people expected. So um so also we could trade for Halliburton or get was there also a center? Yeah, I mean we have 3 top 35 picks this offseason. So if Portland makes the playoffs, we have 3 top 35 picks, and our pick has a 20% chance at being in the top 4. So honestly, our best chance is for our pick to get lucky and jump into the top 4. If we don't do that, then we at least got to nail 2 starters in this. At least 1 starter. I'll 1 starter and 1 role player at least out of our 3 top 35 picks. But if we get a top 4 pick, there's 4 guys in this draft that everyone says are almost going to be guaranteed stars. So you can go either way, but I think we need to get lucky in the draft. We have to draft well. And then in free agency, with all that money we got, because we have a lot, we have like 80 million. We've got to go after a center, like you just said. I don't think Indiana would be trading Halliburton. That's the thing, man. Like, I like the players that you're talking about trading for, but you got to realize that if we're going to trade for them, we're going to have to give up something really valuable. Like, if we were to trade for Halliburton, they're going to ask for either Giddey or Buzelis, and they're going to ask for all of our draft capital. So you got to be careful with trades. Trades are something that you want to bank on when you're one piece away. The Bulls aren't quite there yet. They need to draft better. The trade, I think, will come. A major trade would probably be down the line. But nobody expected to make the playoffs on this team. That's That's why they sold everyone away at the deadline. Who expected to make the playoffs? You? Bro, we sold away everybody at the deadline. We gave people away for picks. We tanked on purpose. We did not make moves at the deadline to go for the playoffs. We made moves at the deadline to go for the draft. I can't believe this, man. Who do you think we need to get rid of in upper management? I mean, get rid of everybody. I would like to clean house. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think the most likely scenario is that Billy Donovan goes. But I would love for the Bulls to fire the general manager and hire everybody new. I think it's time for a fresh regime. But I still think we can be successful if we just change head coaches. Because AK has made good picks before. Buzelis was a good pick. Yeah, I mean, after the trade deadline, AK said we were tired of finishing in the middle all the time. This is an attempt to reload the roster. It'll all come down to the draft lottery. A lot of things are going to come down to that draft lottery. Now, all of our hopes aren't hanging on it because we could still get a really good player or even a star player at pick 9 where we're at right now. But if you jump into the top 4, you significantly enhance your chances. So that draft lottery is going to be very, very important. Now, I don't think Reinsdorf is going to fire Arturas Karnisovas and Mark Eversley because he's so loyal to them. Reinsdorf is so loyal to his GMs, it's crazy. But I wish we would. I'm down to fire AK. But I just don't think Reinsdorf will do it. Who do I think the Bulls will pick up as a head coach? That's tough. I honestly don't have a great answer for you because I feel like there's a lot of different candidates. I'd like to pick up somebody. Jenkins is one guy that stands out to me. Sam Cassell is another guy that stands out. In the college ranks, the Dan Hurley from UConn, or I know that he turned down the Lakers job, but maybe he just didn't want to coach LeBron James because that's definitely that's not the kind of job a lot of coaches want to have because LeBron's definitely the coach. Whoever's coaching LeBron is along for the ride, and their job security lands squarely on LeBron's shoulders. So Dan Hurley or John Shire at the college level would be interesting to me. I just hope it's not. I don't want to go get some guy that's already had 4 different jobs and failed 4 different times, like a Doc Rivers. We don't need to see that. If a guy's already failed 2-3 times, he's not going to do anything different here. It's actually something the Bulls have been good at is giving. They always seem to think out of the box with their head coaching hires. Or if they do get somebody that's been in the NBA before, like Billy Donovan was thought to be a good hire when we hired him. But it just didn't work out. It hasn't worked out. But we'll see what happens. I mean, this offseason is going to be huge, Bulls fans. It's going to be everything. So that'll do it for this episode of Chicago Bulls Breeze. I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. If you enjoyed the episode, please leave a like on the video. Please subscribe. That's super duper helpful. I really appreciate it. If you guys are here with me on X, please consider coming over to Chicago Bulls Breeze and subscribing. I bring daily Bulls content. I really appreciate you guys. All the people that watch. It really does mean a lot to me. Thank you. Sinkby, what's up, man? But all right, my friends, that'll do it for this episode. My name is Philip Charles VanDerHeyden IV, a.k.a. Philly the Fourth, a.k.a. PCV the Fourth, a.k.a. Slim Philly, a.k.a. Pimp Daddy P, a.k.a. your mother's new boyfriend. Just kidding. As always, my friends, long live the Chicago Bulls. But most importantly, long live you, Breeze Nation. Have a great night. See you, Red, everybody. Trey Jones, get your head out of your ass. Thanks.